And then once the account was opened and once that video was cleared, it got taken away the second it was opened back up because there was a floating claim on it. So I was like, wait, people really want to abuse the system. All you really have to do is file multiple claims, and not to give people ideas out there, but you can just file multiple claims on the same video. Yeah. That way, when the video clears...
Wait, did you...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But just to let you know, if I do talk, it's got like yeah, it's okay. We've got literally, I can hear myself a little bit when it's coming through on your side, and so if I talk, it will literally come by like 5 seconds later. So,
okay.
The one question I have is, I don't know how many videos of mine you've seen. I don't know if you saw just obviously the Hulu videos. That was the one that you had obviously maybe seen first. And I don't know if you watched any more after that, but did you get a chance to see the DMCA reform video I made back in 2008, almost like 2 years ago this month?
Yes, I did say it. I don't remember specifics of it offhand to recall, but I did watch it, yes.
Okay, well, the reason why I was asking was because this has been a problem for quite a long time, and one of the things that I started finding out is I don't know if you remember this, but I actually had a channel, my first channel was actually dealing with entertainment. It was dealing with movies and stuff like that, and one of the things I noticed was I started getting a lot of weird copyrights. And it was like I was getting copyrights from not like Universal or MGM. I was getting copyrights from some no-name company. And what was interesting was they were getting advertisements put on my videos. And one of the things that I started thinking about is like, if you were a competitor, and for example, there was a while there, and this is not trying to like brag or anything like that, but there was a while there when I was on about 20,000 subscribers, and that was back when that actually meant something. Nowadays, you can get that in a weekend for some of these big channels, but at the time, I was getting 50,000, 100,000 views, sometimes as low as 20,000, whatever. But I was getting good views. Now, if you were a person wanting to do the same thing, and you were a partner of YouTube, it's very plausible that these people would say, let's take out the competition. And be able to remove videos. And so if you had someone hypothetically that was a great game reviewer, and you wanted to say, okay, well, I want to do game reviews as well, and you have someone like the Nerd who is #1, and you're able to take him out of the equation by flagging him, then you can move up a lot easier. So I started wondering, because I started getting all these weird copyright claims on these videos that had nothing to do with, and I filed a claim against one of them. It was like on the movie like 300. And it was owned by some no-name channel, and I just basically said, I'll take this down, I'll put it on private, and that's the reason why I literally had like 200 videos at one time on my original channel, and I took all but like 15 of them down for like a year. The views don't matter to me. It's like I've been there, I've done that, and one person posted something on here, and I want to let you get back to your story in a second. I'm not trying to take over the conversation, but the one thing someone made a comment and said, hating people for being popular is wrong. I think that the part that people forget or they don't understand is that we're not just hating someone because they're popular. I don't think that's what you're doing. You're basically, you have a viewpoint, and you're making a viewpoint. Like you said, you made a very legitimate statement. One thing I completely agree with: these guys like Ray William Johnson, Sexy Phil. These people are on the front page of the popular page. They got 1 million subscribers. They don't need to tell anyone to rate. Ratings don't even get you anywhere anymore. Back in 2007, people used to actually be able to get to you by seeing the ratings. And one thing I want to emphasize, because a lot of people take this as like you or myself or someone else who makes a video against maybe another user. And the only one I've ever really made against another user was the Face of Ignorance video. And I never wanted to make another video. I never wanted to make a video against another YouTube user. That just isn't what I wanted to do. I'm not saying that people shouldn't do it. It's just not what I wanted to focus on. But the one reason people, they think because someone has 1 million subscribers that someone like you or myself hates them for that. That at least from what I gather, again, that's not what you're doing, and that's not what I'm doing, is we're basically saying, look, these people have success and good for them. Maybe the top 100 would still be the same. But I'm telling you right now, had those changes not been made, they'd be sitting on 300,000 subscribers. They'd be sitting where the Nerd is at 400,000 subscribers. They wouldn't be sitting on 2 million, 1.6 million.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And that's another thing, like, people, like, and I know you wanted to touch on this too, the playing field is definitely not even. Like, people often ask me, like, hey, we should just, false flag, like, the Irate Gamers videos or Shane Dawson's videos. And I'm like, well, you can do that, but you're going to waste your time. They're never going to let a false flagging go through. I mean, do you think no one has ever attempted to do that? I mean, like, I'm hated by a lot of people. Someone like the Irate Gamer is hated by, 10 times the amount of people than I am. And I'm a YouTube partner, much like he is. I have 10,000 subscribers, which is, a decent following and all that. But, I mean, you're kidding yourself if you want to be out there and you want to say, everyone plays by the same rules. And there isn't a blanket of protection for people that make more money than others. And, I mean, when you see someone like the Irate Gamer pop up on the scene, and in the first 2 months of him making videos, 2 of his videos get front page features, where someone like the Angry Video Game Nerd, one of the people that was responsible for building the goddamn website, to this date hasn't had a single featured video. I mean, there's an obvious reason why they're they're picking and choosing the people who they are, and yeah. And I mean, I've talked to a number of people who know James, the Angry Video Game Nerd, personally, and he's applied for a partnership a couple times and been denied every single time. And it's like, well, what's the big deal? I mean, Irate Gamer is doing nothing, any more or less than he is. Yet, obviously, one is the golden boy and one isn't. And I mean, the writing's on the wall there. And when you get your videos on the front page and you do videos that aren't god-awful terrible, it's more than enough to pick up a decent following, except it's backfiring for the Irate Gamer because he's being exposed for a total piece of shit pretty much anymore nowadays.
Well, the one thing is...
Yeah.
Well, the one thing is... hold on a second, because I know we got a lag here. Well, the one thing... The reason why I woke up, and the reason... Because I really did enjoy, for about a good 6 months to close to a year, I really did enjoy almost everything about it. I felt that when I made a video, if it got 10,000 views, that was all it was really supposed to get. That was all the popularity of the particular subject. If I made a video and got 500,000 views or 250,000 views, that was cool too, because I really felt like that was where that video should go. I didn't really feel like it was being manipulated. And so I was basically very, very comfortable with saying, okay, if I made a video, and let me explain something. The videos that I make, there's no way that any video I've ever made should ever be number 1 or 2 or anything like that. I mean, they're just informative. They're not like really entertaining. When you have someone like that, Charlie bites my finger, or the evolution of dance, I mean, that's really entertaining. I'm not delusional in thinking for 1 second that an informational video should ever be the most viewed. And so I think some people, again, and the only thing I was basically mentioning in one of my earlier changes videos was that when a lot of these girls were doing what they were doing and things like that, I was letting people know that, if you want to support the channels like yours or mine or different people that maybe don't have the rack on their chest to get 1 million views a video, you got to help support them. The independent channels like yours and mine really require people sharing the videos or require the ratings or the discussion, because there's no other way for us to really grow. You sit in front of a camera or me just talking with a few images is never going to garner the interest. And one of the things that really cemented my view of YouTube early on was when I saw James get suspended, because I remember he made a video, and I don't have it, I really wish I did, but he said, all my videos will eventually be removed from YouTube and there's nothing I can do about it. And over the last year or so, he's actually re-uploaded them. And so when that happened to him, when he had like a good 100, 200,000 subscribers, again, that was when it meant something. When that happened to him then, I realized that as little as I was with, 10,000 or so subscribers, there would be no reason why they wouldn't do the same thing to me. And then when I saw the Irate Gamer come on board, just like you were talking about, and he comes on board and he gets featured and gets paid for his videos, well, he basically looks like he plagiarized the work of the AVGN. He's cursing in his videos. He's doing the same things in his videos. And so it's very interesting that one channel will be punished and the other one would get paid for doing basically the same content.
Yeah, pretty much. And like I said, that's just the way, I mean, I don't know. I look at it as a way, YouTube obviously wanted to back one horse and felt like, oh, he's a good enough talent and does the same style thing that if we really push him, he can be our boy. And I mean, I've always felt there's a lot of things like totally suspect with the way business was conducted. Like, for instance, in one of Irate Gamer's videos, this was before What the Buck was really huge